Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Awesome Pod Arvada Edition. I am your host, Russ Rizzo, sitting with the lovely...
Hi, Katie Winter here. Good morning, Arvada.
All right, good morning, Arvada. We have a great show for you today. Katie, a lot of great peeps on the set today.
There's always so much going on in Arvada. I don't even know where to start, so it's really easy. We're going to start with the mayor today. Big G-line vote happening this afternoon. We're going to get the first-hand information on that.
Can't wait to see what the mayor's wearing.
I know, of course. And then, you know what? Speaking of places that are jumping, the Capitol is just big time, lots going on. So Senator Rachel Zenzinger is here. We're going to talk about everything going on down on Colfax.
Arvada, your state senator is here to give you all the goings-on with the state capitol.
There's so much. It's like a three-ring circus down there. I don't know how they do it. And then lastly, AJ Payne with Hunter Bay Coffee Roasters will be letting us know about a few interesting, cool events happening here coming up. So why don't we jump into the show? Yeah, absolutely. We should really get started with a really quick top five from the Arvada Center. We've got a whole bunch of really great things happening in Arvada over the next couple days. So let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey everybody, before we get started, I want to tell you about a fun and free event happening on Saturday, April 14th. April is National Car Care Month, and that means Arvada Car Care Fest and Car Show is happening. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Sonsio headquarters in West Arvada, 5630 Ward Road. Get your car ready for summer and enjoy hot dogs, funnel cakes, and entertainment. More at arvadacarcarefest.com. Welcome back to the Awesome Pod, Arvada Edition, everybody. We've got some great events to tell you about coming up over the next couple of weeks here. Is that right, Katie?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Gene Gordon, our friend at the Arvada Visitor Center, again, keeps it all organized. So on March 30th, Kline's Beer Hall, Ben Hammond, some really great live music happening there. And then on Saturday at the Majestic View Nature Center, they're going to be having a Homebrew 101. So $10, all ages, no experience required. Really great to learn how to homebrew.
And it's about to be the beginning of the month here, so we know that means First Friday, everybody. First Friday here in Olde Town is the place to be. There's going to be a First Friday art walk going on the first Friday of April 6th. There'll be several Olde Town businesses, including this one, Hunter Bay. A couple other businesses involved with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Cereal Box, Light Rail Art Gallery, Gallery 1874, which is beautiful. Vouna.
Yes.
And then Balefire Goods. Some really great places. The art walk's going to be phenomenal. 6 to 8 p.m., so make sure you check it out and take a nice walk.
Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. One of my personal favorite events all year long is...
the Kite Festival.
Yes.
It is happening Saturday, April 8th at Stenger Soccer Complex. I love just to go watch and fly a kite or two.
Let me tell you guys, my son flew his first kite at the Kite Festival several years ago, and this event is amazing.
It's really great.
You show up, and even if you don't have a kite, just watching all the kites, if you've been to a hot air balloon show, it's not too dissimilar from that, where there's just
colorful
amazing
sky.
Visuals everywhere. Yeah. Let's hope for a little bit of wind, so those big kites can get
well, that's
out there.
going to be important for a kite festival. So don't forget, come on down to Stenger and check it out. And then lastly,
theater. We got a little theater.
Yeah, absolutely. Arvada High School's Lights Out Theater Company is going to have a production of Cinderella on April 12th, 13th, and 14th. And then most adorable thing.
Adorbs.
Did you hear about the tea time?
I did hear about the Adorbs tea time.
Costumes, everybody. Tea time with the cast before the April 14th show. So bring your princes and princesses down for a little tea time with Cinderella and crew. I think that's super cute.
And there you have it, Arvada, your top 5 events. Thank you to the Arvada Visitor Center for putting these lists together. They are the place to go if you want to know what's going on with Arvada as far as events go. Arvada Visitor Center, check them out. Thank you, Gene Gordon. Roll some tape.
All right, get comfortable.
All right, Mr. Mayor. Welcome everybody to Awesome Pot Arvada Edition. We are filming here live from Hunter Bay Coffee Roasters in the heart of Old Town. If you haven't stopped by, you got to check this place out. AJ Payne and his whole staff are a hoot. They've got the best coffee in Arvada, hands down, and just the place to be for community. You never know who you're going to run into, like the mayor himself. Mayor, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Russ.
Should I say welcome back to the show?
It's great to be here again.
Wonderful to have you. Well, first, Arvada always wants to know what is the mayor wearing? Answer that question today.
I guess I'm sort of understated in terms of the browns and stuff, but
yeah.
you know, I've got a great closet of ties and great drawers of socks. A lot from Sock here in Arvada.
Nice.
So I've always got to promote local stuff.
Yeah, cool. The sock store guys, definitely check that place out. Now, Mayor, I don't know if you noticed, we have a new set since you last came on.
AJ's been busy.
AJ has been busy, y'all. So what do you think? Does it look pretty good?
Looks great.
And you decided to match our set today. So look at that. Mayor, there's a lot going on in Arvada. For those that haven't checked out the audio podcast yet, you can hear my interview with the mayor all about the Olde Town Residences project. So we can cover off on that real quick, but if you want to dive in and learn the details, just go to the podcast. You can hear the mayor's take on that. But basically, the controversial Trammell Crow project passed City Council last week, and everybody's relieved.
Yes, the $81 million project and land deal passed 6-1.
All right, we are rebranding $38 land deal to $81 million land deal. So just take note, everybody. We've got some exciting news related to the G-Line, this potentially exciting news related to the G-Line.
Well, one of two things is going to happen. Either the PUC is going to get the decision from the administrative law judge today and decide to allow full bore testing to continue with the G-Line so that we can get service started, or there's going to be a lot of Arvada citizens and Wheat Ridge citizens who will be headed down to the governor's office with pitchforks and torches.
All right.
We will not be happy campers.
Well, okay, so Awesome Pod Nation, get your pitchforks ready just in case the PUC disappoints us on Wednesday. Mayor, first of all, how long has it been?
It's been way too long. It's been,
when did this start?
I mean, originally, I think we actually started the whole process back in 2010, 2011 in terms of actually moving forward with the Eagle P3 project here in Arvada. The original projections would be that we would have been open almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, and then it got delayed, and that's why we're where we are today.
What has the impact of kind of all of these delays been? Maybe people don't realize, some of the cascading effects of this.
Well, I think, first of all, and this has been at the expense of Denver Transit Partners, having those crossing guards on the gates, both for the A line and the G line. It's costing Denver Transit Partners. It's not costing the taxpayers directly, but it's cost them millions and millions.
We all
of
know
dollars.
that we pay in the end, though, Mr. Mayor.
I think in terms of what's going to happen and whether or not there'll be lawsuits down the road, that's a whole other issue.
All right,
so you've had that
it's been
aspect.
expensive, okay.
But then more importantly for Arvada, you've got the issue that you've got local businesses that came in here betting on the come.
Yeah.
And thank goodness Old Town has become so vibrant in and of itself that it's not totally dependent upon the G-Line coming in. But boy, once that G-Line opens, this place is going to go even higher.
I'm telling you guys, the awesome hour here at Hunter Bay happens between 7 and 8 a.m. every weekday. You get an awesome deal. You get a free drip coffee if you buy a breakfast sandwich. Best breakfast sandwich in town, I guarantee it. And can you imagine how hopping this place is going to be when that light rail opens?
Between the commuter rail opening, getting the Old Town Residences online, all those folks being right here, it's just going to add additional. AJ's going to have to hire more people.
AJ, get ready. You're going to need to hire some more people, brother. Mr. Mayor, so G-Line will have a decision on Wednesday. We'll know, or actually later today, we'll know. We can let our Awesome Pod audience know if they need to get their pitchforks ready or if we're good to go. How soon would it open potentially if it?
The earliest it's going to open, and I hate to give specific dates because,
But give them
there's always-
anyway.
I think worst case scenario, if things get approval today, is about 3 months.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, after 2 years of waiting, 3 months doesn't sound so bad.
Not too bad.
Another thing on your agenda is transportation related, but roads.
You bet. And this is not just an issue for Arvada, it's the entire metro area and the entire state. You're going to be talking to Rachel Zenzinger, our state senator.
We got
who's
Rachel coming on.
Been
Yep.
doing some great heavy lifting within the Capitol. And I'm working with the Metro Mayor's Caucus outside the Capitol with business leaders and other community leaders from around the state to explore whether or not to put a sales tax measure on the ballot that would provide much needed money for state highways, for local roads, for trails, for bike trails, for public safety aspects of our roadways. It would be a huge boon to our state and frankly to our economy.
So this would be a local Arvada sales tax?
No, this would be statewide.
Statewide. Okay. Got it. So we're not contemplating an Arvada only tax.
That's correct.
At least not currently.
That's correct.
Got it. So this would be a statewide thing. Everybody in it together. Let's pass what percent are we talking about?
We're talking anywhere from a 0.35 all the way up to a 1 cent. We'll probably compromise somewhere in between.
Got it. On anything you buy in the state?
There's it excludes food and some of those necessities.
Got it. Well, Mr. Mayor, we look forward to tracking that issue and more. Thanks for coming on the Awesome Pod.
You bet. And one more plug.
Oh, please.
Plug
away.
Get out to the Westwoods Clubhouse.
Yes.
It is a great, beautiful new facility. I was there for lunch yesterday. We need a little bit more lunch business out there. It is packed on the weekends for dinner, but it's a beautiful facility built without raising taxes, totally done through the support of the golfers and the people who use the facility.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr.
You
Mayor.
bet. Take care.
Have an awesome week.
I will.
Hey, our Awesome Pod listeners, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, we're back, and now we get the pleasure of talking with Senator Rachel Zenzinger. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us today here on Awesome Pod. This is actually old home to you, being here in Arvada, and we just had the mayor. Arvada City Council is where you started, right?
That's correct.
Tell me about, what is it, 2009, 2010? What was it about being on City Council that got you prepared for and heading down to the Capitol?
Well, actually, what got me prepared for City Council was just being active in the community. I was a part of a lot of different community groups, including the Arvada Jefferson Kiwanis. I was very active with the Apex Park and Recreation District, and in fact, kind of got hooked into politics through the Apex Park and Recreation District. We ran a successful mill and bond levy for the district, and that was my very first toe dipping into how if there's a goal and people can come together, they can make good things happen. When my city councilor was term limited, at that time it was Don Allard, before he ran at large for Senate or for District 1, I decided to give it a shot.
Wow. And look how it worked out, right?
Well, it really did, because one of the interesting things about working in city council is that it's a nonpartisan job. Right. So the politics really kind of get set aside, and we get to work together and get things done. And I think that that's an extremely important skill for me now down at the Capitol.
Now, speaking of that nonpartisan and doing that heavy lifting, talk about this transportation bill. It just came out. I mean, things are changing rapidly and daily at the Capitol. Can you get us up to speed about what happened with transportation? Because you did a heavy lift on this.
Well, actually, things change about every 5 minutes down at the Capitol, but I am really excited that we were able to strike a compromise regarding transportation. So everybody knows that we need to do something to address our crumbling roads and bridges. Unfortunately, we just don't have the revenue to do that. And we want to make sure that if we're going to go to the voters and ask for new revenue in order to address our transportation needs, we want to make sure that we are putting before the voters the best possible package. And so what the compromise is give citizens an opportunity to do that, to go to the voters. And if we do end up going for a bond package, we want to make sure that it's responsible and that it's not coming on the backs of cuts to important things like education.
Absolutely. And that's 2019.
That's correct.
Excellent. Great. And so let's talk about, I love so much about your legislation. And I'm a fan at the Capitol. You know, I don't know what to talk about first. How about Gracie's bill? It's been one of your big pieces of legislation. Do you want to talk about that?
Gracie's bill is my absolute favorite. The governor's going to be signing this bill on Monday. And the reason why it's my favorite, it came from 6-year-old Gracie, who attends school right here in Arvada. She has a very rare disease. And a few years ago, she had the unfortunate experience of losing her doctor. Her doctor just got another job at a different hospital. And it turns out that she wasn't allowed to treat Gracie anymore because of a covenant not to compete. So we thought that was kind of ridiculous. So I'm very excited that we passed a law that says that if a doctor is treating somebody with a rare disease, they can continue treating them no matter where they go.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that existed. And the other piece of legislation that I love, thank you so much for clearing up this whole silent auction can't sell liquor or wine bottle thing. All of us out there in any nonprofit land, Cammie from the council is cheering this too. It is a big deal. So thank you for that.
Well, it's another example of a constituent. Lorraine Anderson came to me over this summer, and she was talking about how they wanted to do a fundraiser at the Elks Lodge for Ginny's Kids, which is a really great organization. Just want to put in a plug for them. And but they got a letter from liquor enforcement saying that they were not allowed to do a silent auction of wine bottles and beer.
I know, right?
And they were thinking, well, why? Well, it turns out the reason why is it wasn't legal. We've all been doing it for ages, but we had no idea we were breaking the law. So we worked to change that this year.
And thank you so much. That was a great, simple, it makes sense, right? I mean, your legislation is just such about the community, constituents that come and talk to you, you make it happen. And your newsletter is phenomenal.
Oh,
so
thank
thanks to you and your team for putting that out. I really think that if you're looking for the quick rundown about what happened, thank you for those summary points. It's really important. But you're always engaging with the community. Do you have talk about your constituent engagement events you have coming up? I know you have a couple.
Yes. So I do on the second Friday of every month, Coffee with Constituents. We do this at Indian Tree Golf Course at 7 a.m. very, very early because I need to get on the road and head down to the Capitol by 8. I also do a bipartisan, bicameral town hall with Representative Tracy Kraft-Tharp and Representative Lang Sias. And we do that on the third Saturday of the month. We take a look at different topics and bring in guest speakers from the state to talk about different issues. And then I also have my third event, which we do on the third Wednesday of the month, and it's called What's Brewing at the Capitol. Unfortunately for you coffee drinkers, this is not about you. This is about beer. So we go to different breweries, craft breweries in the district, and it's casual, it's informal, it's just an opportunity to have a beer with your senator and talk about what's on your mind.
So let's look at that, Rachel. I mean, coffee, beer, and then the bipartisan town halls are really phenomenal. So if anyone out there is talking about or thinking about, I want to learn more, I want to get to know more what's going on, I recommend any or all of those opportunities you provide in our community. They're phenomenal.
Yes, and you can find out more information on my website, which is rachelforcolorado.com. And on there, you can also send me an email if you would like to be added to my newsletter.
Please do that.
And you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter.
Absolutely. Senator Zenzinger, thank you so much for everything you do every day, not just for Arvada and Jeffco, but for parents, families, students, people all across Colorado. We appreciate your work.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. Now we'll run for a quick promo, and then we will go to our next guest.
Welcome back, everybody, to Awesome Pod Arvada Edition. I'm sitting here with AJ Payne from Hunter Bay Coffee Roasters, who's going to tell us a little bit about some exciting stuff going on here at the coffee shop.
Sure. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man. What do you think about our new set here, huh?
It looks great, man. You actually did a great job. I mean, they gave me the honors for that, but I think you actually set it up yourself this time.
If you guys don't realize, we are actually sitting on coffee beans.
Sitting on,
so we are on
green
brand.
coffee beans. That's my favorite one right there.
They're pretty damn comfortable.
They are. I think everybody should have these as couches in their houses.
Absolutely. What are you holding in your hand there?
We're
going to do Art Walk.
Art Walk. So every first Friday of the month, Olde Town Arvada hosts an Art Walk. It's starting to be a pretty big event downtown here. We've got 6 or 8 different businesses.
He's working on his mic skills, folks.
We got 6 or 8 different businesses that are involved in the Art Walk. They showcase a new artist every month. We've got a new artist that's getting ready to start hanging on
Who is
Monday. His name's Jason Cardo.
Jason Cardo, and I think we've got some images of his work. I was up late at night loading images, so our viewers could check it out. Tell us
Nice.
about him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's from Denver. He comes in here to the coffee shop every now and then, and one day just asked if he could jump up on the wall, and I think that was 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And right now we are loaded up on artists for the next year. So if
Get
you
out
want to
of
get up
town.
here and get on the wall, then get to me, and we'll get you here in 2019.
Jason's got a lot of colors, a lot of like crazy kind of textural things going on. There seems to be a lot of depth to his art.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that can you give us any more critique than that?
No, not really.
Yeah, right on. So check that out. That'll be the first Friday on April, and then in May, what's going on?
And then in May, we've got a really cool thing going on. Last year, we started this up. Actually, Antonea with Vouna helped start this thing up. And what it is it's all the local Jefferson County high schools, and we're bringing the kids and getting them involved in the First Friday Art Walk. So we're going to have a bunch of kids, high school kids, art up on the walls. And we're actually going to have them come and participate in the art walk. So they've got to be here for First Friday, and they've got to be able to talk about their art and possibly sell some of their art.
So first Friday in April, come check out Jason's work and do the art walk where businesses are all kind of taking part in that. And then in May, come check out local high school art talent. That'll be exciting. What is in your hand?
This is a bag of beans.
Haha.
This is a special blend that we came up with for a guy named Chris Anthony. Some people here in Colorado might know his name. He is a local pro skier. The guy's been in probably 25 of the Warren Miller films. So basically every single one of them.
Yeah, the guy has a rough life, Chris Anthony.
He has a rough life, yeah. I think right now he may be in Italy on a heli trip or something along those lines.
And he has a nonprofit called the Glide Project?
The Glide Project,
What is
yes,
that?
sir. The Glide Project is he goes around to your lower income type of schools and areas, and he goes in and he actually will go in and do a talk or a speak session with the kids. So he'll talk to them about peer pressure and just about growing up. He had a hard life when he was growing up, so he wants to help kids get to a position that he's in now. The Glide Project, what happens is whenever you buy a bag of these beans, we give 15% of the proceeds back to the Glide Project and his scholarship fund, basically. So what that does is he'll go out to the school, he'll actually bring a huge bus, he'll load them all up into the bus, he'll take them up to either Loveland Ski Area or A Basin, and he'll actually outfit them. So he'll give them all the ski gear, skis, poles, and then he'll spend the day teaching the kids how to ski.
Well, awesome pod viewers and listeners out there, if you want to support a really cool charity here and a nonprofit, a guy doing a lot of good in our community, Chris Anthony, just stop into Hunter Bay, buy a bag of the Hunter Bay Chris Anthony bean, and you will be doing your part to help support something really cool.
Absolutely.
AJ,
Yes.
thanks for coming on.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
And we'll take that. And that is going to be a wrap today for Awesome Pod Arvada edition. Tune in next Monday. We have got an amazing show for you. Cammie Welch with Arvada Chamber of Commerce is going to be sitting down telling us about all the things that they've got going on, particularly in the month of May. We're going to have Jill with the Arvada Police Department telling us about the Cop Rocks program. And we're going to get a live demo of the new Arvada app. So make sure to come back to our Facebook feed or website on Monday for all of that. And make sure you are signed up to be an Arvada Insider on the newsletter. You can keep up to date on everything we've got going on. We'll let you know when we release new shows, when we've got shows coming up. That's the place to stay in the know to be an Arvada Insider. It's awesomepod.org, and just sign up to be on the newsletter, and you'll be an insider. Until next time, thanks, everybody.